focusing on the devotees have the right to light the Deepam at the Deepatun, ending over a month-long legal tussle over the demand to light a Deepam at the Deepatun in Madurai. It's a major setback for the DMK government, with a division bench upholding the single judge's order, terming the lighting of Deepam a common practice. Now, the court said fears of public disturbance were imaginary. It warned against manufactured fear and also ruled that the lamp must be lit at Deepatun. But this verdict is also a setback to those who claim that the judge was biased. They rushed to get Justice Swaminathan impeached. Let me quickly take you through the key takeaways of the court order. Let's break down the details. This is what the court said, and it is being seen as a big win for Astha. Takeaway 1, the court has upheld right to light lamp at the pillar at the Deepatun. Number 2, disturbance only if state sponsors it. Takeaway number 3, confirms pillar spot the Deepatun belongs to the temple. Number 4, slams imaginary ghost of law and order. The fear has been called imaginary by the court. Takeaway 5, rejects Waqf board's claim over Deepatun, says these are mischievous claims that have been made. Number 6, cautions the state for pitting communities, says the state could have used this as an opportunity to bridge the gap between communities. Number 7, judicial supremacy over executive. Now, the court has come down heavily on the government. There are several reactions coming in, including the advocates who are hailing the High Court order. Let's listen in.
This is an absolute victory for the entire people of Hindus, and not only the Hindus, the entire Murugan devotees are getting a victory. The Honorable Division Bench hit at the government, so blasted the government. In the name of Lando, you cannot restrain the Hindu people's believeness. This is a version of the High Court. Now the single judge decision has been allowed and also approved. Now the division bench has given a clear indication. The next year the Karthi Deepam will be lighted in the hilltop as per the tradition and customs of the Hindus.
In India bloc, moved an impeachment notice against Justice J.R. Swaminathan, telling that his judgments are biased and that he is orienting himself towards the right ideology. He's an RSS man.
It will go away. It will go away.
Well, the verdict led to a lot of political reactions coming in as well. The BJP has slammed DMK, asking the CM to apologize. AIDMK has also welcomed the order. The DMK, though, has decided to approach the Supreme Court against the verdict. Let's take you through what the political parties are saying, the stand that these political parties have taken. Back right of devotees, both BJP and AIDMK have welcomed the order. The DMK and Congress opposed Deepam at Deepatun. As far as Vijay's TV case is concerned, it has remained silent so far. No stand publicly taken by Vijay's TVK. Let's now listen into the reactions that we have coming in from across political parties.
Another Uddhav Thackeray ji and Sharad Pawar ji for their anti-Hindu thinking, and I'm sure the people of India will give them a befitting response at every single opportunity.
It is the DMK who took a stand based on religion. In the name of protecting law and order, just because they want to appease somebody, DMK took a stand on the religious side, but on the other side it is not so. So the court verdict is clear. Now it's a slap on the face of the DMK and they stand exposed. They peddled lies after the judicial judgment came out, and they didn't implement it. On top of which, they started an impeachment motion. They moved an impeachment motion against the judge by intimidating him. Now everything stands exposed.
Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu Law Minister Raghupati has stoked a controversy and has drawn a parallel in between Deepatun and a crematorium. He claims, and I quote, Tamil Nadu government has argued, considering all angles, if something is supposed to happen at some place, it should be followed. It then goes on to say, if in villages a separate place has been allocated for the cremation to take place, then the customs are carried out at that very location. So, a controversial statement there coming in from the law minister, who says that there are certain customs that are to be followed the same way. The entire controversy is over now, him drawing a parallel to the customs being followed at Deepatun to crematorium. Let's open this up. Let's go across to our guest. We have Shrikant Karunesh, state spokesperson of the BJP, and Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, political analyst. Let me first come to you, Harish Mohammad Ibrahim. The court has made it absolutely clear that as far as the fears are concerned of a law and order situation, about peace being disturbed, the court says these are imaginary ghosts, these are imaginary fears, and it can happen only if it is sponsored by the state itself. Very, very scathing observations. It's not just about the devotees' right to light the lamp, but also the court pulling up the government.
I think, first of all, 163 of Article BNSS have given straight away the state has all its primitive intelligence where it can act upon. Having said that, the Article 25 also given the right to profess and propagate the religious freedom under the public order. So having said that, both the things which stated that the state has its own observations and own apprehensions for the law and order to be maintained. But here, when there is 100-year-old customs of lightening up on the Uchipilayar temple, which has been done even during this year of Kartigay Deepam by the HRMC of state government, why does the BJP wanted to go ahead and invoke a separate thing, a new custom, which is not even in the practice for almost 100 years now? Having said that, whether the 1996 judgment of a single judge and the 2014 of the division bench judgments, when Madam Jayalalitha was there, the same kind of judgment was given at that point of time as well.
Right.
Where does the BJP was there then?
No, but then if you believe in those judgments, what is the problem in these judgments? In fact, DMK along with other parties also introduced, they brought in the impeachment motion against Judge Swaminathan. The division bench has now hailed that judgment and upheld that judgment. So will DMK and others apologize who wanted to impeach the judge for his verdict?
Why does then whether the BJP has claimed whether Madam Jayalalitha should be apologized when she was backing the 1996 order and 2014 order, whether anyone have stated that Madam Jayalalitha should oppose, because she has filed during her period, she has filed an affidavit to the then High Court stating that this is not the custom, this new custom shouldn't be followed, whether it will create a law and order is a secondary thing. They don't want to follow a new custom because that is the geometrical.
No, but you made it about law and order. You made it about law and order. The court has also said Waqf has no authority over this. It was called unacceptable. As far as fear of disturbing law and order is concerned, the court has called it ridiculous. So while you may ask the BJP and take a reaction from Shrikant Karunesh, do respond to the scathing observation on the state's role.
Of course, the Waqf and the temple, whether the dispute is regarding to the land or the property, etc., should be dealt with the civil court. It is not the court of High Court, which is under the proceedings of the criminal intimidation or the BNS section, shouldn't be invoked. It is not an holiday petition should be heard by the High Court. These are the separate civil court disputes which has to be handled separately. Having said that, whether on this particular dispute is concerned, it is a geometrical survey stone which has been laid upon 1886 by then British government, which has been given under the Privy Council meeting as well by then. So why you want to? This is
so Harish, one
the
second.
BJP...
The intentions of Justice Swaminathan was questioned. Are you questioning the intentions of the division bench as well?
Of course, it should be, because the law has to take its own course. We are
law
not
is taking its own course. You're not agreeing, and you're questioning the intention of the judges. Let me bring in Shrikant Karunesh. If the order does not go in favor of the DMK, the intention of the judges are questioned. And it's not just that. They went a step ahead in case of the single judge bench order and brought in an impeachment motion.
Yeah, I would like to clarify one very important thing, because in 1923, Madurai local court had given the very same judgment. They have demarked the places of Dargah and the Murugan temple separately. And in 1930, the then Supreme Court Privy Council, they have given a very clear judgment similar to this judgment. They made it very clear. So DMK and their followers, they are not agreeing their whatever judgment which is coming against them, whatever is favorable to them. And in this case, judges made it very clear. See the very first sentence of the judgment. God said, let there be light, and there was light. That was the very first sentence they have used from the Bible. And in the very third paragraph, they are directly attacking DMK. What could have been amicably solved, escalated by some disgruntled elements aimed to demoralize, demean the judiciary with their might of power. they are straight away attacking the DMK government. So the DMK government should step down, and the CM must apologize the public. I tell you one thing, one important thing. Hindu Religious Endowment Board should work for the interest of the Hindus, interest of the Hindu traditions, but they are going against the verdict, and they are going for appeal to appeal to appeal. Now they are planning to move there.
They have that right. They have that right. They can go to a higher court. They can go to the Supreme Court and challenge it. But the pattern is something that's being questioned here, Harish Ibrahim. If the judgment, the verdict does not go in your favor, question the intention of the judiciary. The single judge bench order was also wrong as per DMK. Even this order is wrong as per DMK because the government is being pulled up because it does not go in your favor.
That is wrong. The perception is totally wrong. Having said that, the BJP spokesperson has stating that the DMK is against the Hindu. No, not at all. 36,000 plus temples are under HRNC, and the state government have made sure to follow the Kumbhabhishekam for almost 3,700 odd temples during this last 4.5 years, where the 10 years old of ADMK rule have done only mere 900 plus temples Kumbhabhishekam. So you don't have to put the perception that the DMK is against Hindus.
But look at this perception. Let me give you a different perception. The kind of statements that have been made, the anti-Sanatan statements that have been made, drawing parallels between Sanatan and AIDS and dengue. And then you see the chief minister, and then you also see the chief minister taking part in Christmas festivities. If that's not appeasement, then what is it?
Swati, it is a false propaganda. The statement made by the Deputy CM categorically stated that the dengue and malaria is kind of oppression which the Sanatana Dharma follows. Whether it is followed in Islam or Christianity, even it is the dengue and malaria is what.
Have we heard them publicly voicing those opinions and criticizing other religions? The target always is Sanatan Dharma. That's the allegation.
If the media is not picking up that, then it is not the.
Have statements been made? Have statements been made about? Have statements been made about Islam and Christianity as well?
Of course, the Dravidian ideology stands for oppression.
Okay, Shrikant Karunesh does not agree. He wants to rebut. Shrikant Karunesh wants to rebut.
I have to tell him more than 50,000 temples were there under HRNC. Now he is quoting only 37,000. What happened to those temples? More than 5 lakh acres of land was there for Hindu temples. Now it is not even 4 lakh acres. What happened to those 1 lakh acre? But the Waqf board land is improving. Hindu religious land is missing. The government himself said, how can a land be missing? It is happening under DMK government. And apart from that, in 1981, there is a book published by HRNC. 1981, government of Tamil Nadu has published a book, Kundrathu Kovilgal, meaning temples on the hills. There they have very clearly demarked what is the Deepam, where it has to be lit, everything with pictures and everything displayed by the government of Tamil Nadu. Now they are going against it. One last thing I want to tell you. One last thing. They are against the communal harmony. I am a Hindu. I live in a flat. If my neighbor is a Muslim, will I not be permitted to light lamp for Diwali and Kartik?
Okay, so you're keeping sentiments of only a particular community in mind.
Yes,
what about the sentiments of Hindus? That's the allegation. Allow Harish Mohammed Ibrahim to come in. Allow him to. Allow Harish Mohammed Ibrahim to come in. Once again, Harish, the fear-mongering angle and that argument and counter has been rubbished and rejected by the court.
Yes.
Court can't decide on that. Court
Why?
Is not the court.
Why can't court decide? Your argument is that there will be your argument is that peace will be disturbed. Why can't the court decide on that?
Swati, the law and order is a state subject. Even the Article 25 has given that the religious following on the procedures of a public order. You can't go ahead and define what the state.
You are making a claim in the court saying that peace will be disturbed, law and order will be disturbed. The court has made certain observations on that argument. The court has no right to do that as well.
The intelligence won't be given to the judiciary. It is an executive.
Okay, DMK wants to be the judge, jury, and executioner. That's what your statement suggests. That's what your statement suggests. But the court has said the devotees have a right to light the lamp. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time.